to Brainwreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Back for another week. Got things up and running here. All new updates. Nothing that you know, at home can see. Mostly just for us on our end.
How long have we been doing this?
I don't know, man. Like an eternity. Too long. Too long to be.
Too long?
We've been doing this for too long to be where we're at.
That's true. That's true. We should have been like that fucker, Mr. Beast, and like filled swimming pools full of aqua beads.
You know what we should have done? No. See, we should have pivoted. I'm telling you, like there's a whole market. Fill a swimming pool full of anal beads. Really get some eyes on it.
There is a market for that.
You know?
Yes.
Dive in head first, folks. Listen, I at this point, I'm willing to take whatever sponsor we can get.
That would be our OnlyFans account right there.
Yeah, which apparently OnlyFans, very lucrative.
You don't say.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Like, did you hear the news?
No.
About that? You really don't follow current events, do you?
Okay, so here's the thing. Ever since moving to Florida, there's a lot in Florida I don't like. Okay?
Okay.
Particularly the things that happen on the news.
Sure.
And for me, I'm like, the sun's shining.
Look at you.
You know, I got a burger on the grill. I got a Red's hard cider in my hand.
You're full on dad mode.
Full on dad mode, and you know what? The world's my oyster.
The world is your oyster. You got your refrigerator in the house finally.
Got the new fridge in the house. We took the old fridge, put it in the garage. It's the beer fridge. So got myself a beer fridge.
You're such a fucking dad. It's great. I love it. See, this is the content I want to lean more into, and like we could do a dad only OnlyFans. Think about it.
Bad idea.
Yeah, but there was dad
action,
dude. Who doesn't love some dad action?
Everybody.
Some sweet daddy action. But no, there was that lady who's a fucking wrestler. She made like $10,000 in an hour by starting an OnlyFans. $10,000 in an hour. $10,000 in an hour. And like people were mad. Like that was the weird thing. Is like people were upset for whatever reason because I don't know. It was
jealous.
Well, I think they had a preconceived notion as to what they were getting. And I'm like, I don't think you understand how OnlyFans works. Like, I don't have an OnlyFans account, nor would I, ever for, unless it's for research purposes, because I mean, sometimes you have to research the market just to know what else is out there so that, it's marketing. It's what I do. I don't know what people were expecting, but some people were upset. And a lot of people were like, why are you upset? Like, this is
what it is.
I don't think any promises were made. So it's not like they got to the counter after waiting for 3 hours and they were out of crawfish. They got what they got.
That's a specific reference, but okay. So somebody had an issue.
I mean, I didn't. But yeah, like she made like $10,000 an hour, and I'm like, good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
What's wrong? It was a guy that was upset, right?
A lot of guys, mostly guys.
A lot of guys upset.
Yeah, because fucking men, right? Like,
because
what are they good for?
I mean, if you listen to our Thursday show, not much of anything.
Not much of, but the women.
Oh, they ain't great either.
They've been reigning supreme this season, folks. Don't be an asshole. Each and every Thursday night, 10, 9 Central, right here on Brainwreck TV. They've been reigning supreme. But yeah, so like that's maybe listen, we have an Instagram account, which we never fucking post on.
Okay, which was news to me.
You like? Did you forget? Like, okay, honestly, I forgot that we had one for a hot minute. And like I couldn't get into it for a little while because like everything on my phone was just fucking locked out for social media. But yeah, we have an Instagram account. Post some, just post like a dad clip.
Oh, I'm gonna. We'll talk about login. The wife found it. Yeah, is the only reason either of us know about it anymore. But
you're on there.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
No, you are on there.
You're
on the account.
Who is?
You.
With what?
We fucking did the whole thing in the place for the book.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. So
when we went down south to sell the book, I was doing like daily. Right. I was doing posts and shit.
Oh, that was on Instagram?
I mean, some of it was, and then I think there's like Star Wars marathon shit.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That was at your house.
Fuck. That wasn't my house.
I'm pretty sure it's your TV in the photo. It ain't my TV.
Anyway, folks, we're gonna rehab that the Instagram.
We're gonna look into rehabbing some social media, so stay tuned. We're gonna be putting. Listen, I need to just keep saying shit on this show, so you motherfuckers can hold me accountable. But we're gonna start doing clips, some real. I hear. What do you look for?
What'd you hear?
No, you were like shaking your head. I was like, what's the look for?
Because you're volunteering for all these things. Motherfucker, you can barely do 2 streams a month.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I have a lot going on.
Don't we all? It was very bold of you to say.
There was a tornado down the street, which we'll get to in a little bit. But no, like listen, because like reels, like especially like reels on YouTube, I hear that's a big thing that a lot of people are utilizing. Because nobody likes this long form content. They like.
Clearly,
this is the fucking stupid thing. Okay, this is why I hate everything right now. You spend so much time doing a weekly show. You put hours of your life into it each and every month, and all people want to watch is a fucking 10-second clip, and then they don't tune in. They just follow you, which is fine, I guess, in the end. But then it's like, what does that really matter if you're not watching the entire thing that we're putting out? But anyways, fucking subscribe to this channel and shit.
You don't want to miss any of this.
Yeah, so we'll have some reels and maybe we'll post stuff to the TikTok, which we also have.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we need an intern. That's what we need.
We need an intern.
We're not the guys.
There's just not enough hours in the day. Like listen, like I'm talent. And you're talent.
I'm talent.
Christy is talent and Blakely is talent. Yeah. Like, not only are we the talent, but like we have to put all this shit together too.
Yeah,
and it's like
this.
We need to hire somebody.
It takes a lot to set this up every week, twice a week. You know, I got 3 monitors. I got a mixer that I'm still pretty sure I don't know how to use. I got these fucking mics. I'm trying to get better lighting in here. Because I look washed out, or I look like I'm just glassy-eyed, which,
I mean,
depending on the day, who knows? Maybe it's who knows? Who knows? I don't know. You don't know me,
right?
Yeah,
they don't know how it feels to be you.
Anyways, so what were we talking about? Fucking dad.
So anyway,
dad
I don't follow the news.
You don't follow the
happened
news.
To you.
So, I mean, oh, wait, what are we getting into first?
The news that I didn't know about, that you were like, you didn't know about that? And I'm like, no, I didn't know about that.
Tornadoes?
Yeah.
We could start there. Listen, I've got a list of notes, so we're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm going to stop talking then, and you set everything up. You just kind of, you set it up, and I'll just...
We had some weather.
Some weather,
Some weather. It was pretty fucked up, actually. Like I kind of don't want to joke about it because like it's serious, but also like I feel like my involvement with it is, an
anecdote like the rest of your
life.
Because
that's the best way to put it right there. An anecdote like the rest of my life. This is where I'm at. So fucking Monday, 2 days ago. Beautiful day throughout most of the day. And then the weather started to turn a little bit midday, and like there were some reports of some bad weather coming in, and I was like, oh, it's not uncommon. You get a lot of rain, sometimes you get hail. However, this time we were apparently getting tornadoes. And I was like,
okay.
Oh shit, okay. Like we've sort of gotten that before, but like nothing's ever really touched down.
Yeah, with the Von Erichs.
Certainly. And, being from central New York, we, will often get tornado warnings. Every now and then one touches down, but it's...
Those motherfuckers are still talking about the Labor Day storm. Those motherfuckers are still talking about the Labor Day storm up there.
They've got so much to look forward to, though. It's they're just trying to top it. They're just waiting for that next big one.
They're just trying. And one Labor Day storm, yeah, that was like 94. Okay, can we get over it?
Yeah. So it was like midday. We start seeing some stuff coming on the radars and whatnot. We had plans that night actually, because Monday nights when we go out and we do our D&D, we go to one of the local gastro pubs down here, and then we do some Dungeons and Dragons. However, our DM, because he's also the owner.
Slide into them.
What?
You slid into them?
I was wondering if like you would make a joke about that or something, because
of course I would.
Anyways, no, because he's also the owner of the place. Like he had just hired on some people, and he's like, I got to train them, so I can't run the game tonight. But you're more than welcome to come. A couple of us the previous week had talked about going and seeing the Batman together.
Oh, the Batman.
So we were like, hey, opportunity. If we're not playing tonight, what if we go see the movie? So we made plans. We're going out like pretty much like northwest Austin at this point, from where we live. And then, I get out of work. 4:00 rolls around. Looking outside. I'm like, it's getting a little dark. Here. I mean, and I'm seeing more chatter coming up on the news and in the Twitter. And then like 5:00 rolls around, and I'm like, how do I feel about this? I'm just like, I don't know. I'm doing something very not me. Like I'm looking out my back window and just pondering while looking at the clouds. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I do that.
Oh, well, you're a dad, so like that's
right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're into that stuff. Me, I'm just like,
It's usually like contemplating a purchase.
Oh, okay.
Like
me, I'm like, do I want to leave my house? I don't know. So we go out. Or no, not even yet. 6:00 rolls around. And I'm like, it's going to start raining. I can feel it. I'm just like looking at the clouds, and they're like breaking apart super fast and then like going in all different directions. I'm like, And like I'm looking at the weather reports, and I'm like, there's a tornado warning. And it's like, then we get a notification saying like there's a tornado alert. Like a tornado has touched down.
Oh,
but our alert was only active for 15 minutes. It was like it's only valid for 15 minutes. And we're like, what the fuck does that mean? It's like 15 minutes later, straight downpour at our house. And I'm like, oh shit, this ain't good. And then it starts hailing. And so we reach out to the group and we're like, hey, like, how do you guys feel about the weather right now? There's tornado warnings and everything. And, one person's like, oh, it's sunny. And we're like, what? And then the other person's like, oh, I'm driving there now.
Oh, shit.
And we're like, okay, so nobody else is concerned. We're like, what do we do? Maybe it's not that bad. So we get in the car, we back out of the driveway. The street is flooded.
Oh.
And as soon as we get out of the garage, it starts hailing again. And I'm just like,
shit,
motherfucker, because like I don't know if you know about the hail in Texas. Like it will total your car. Like we have a friend whose car got totaled because of it. So I was like, I don't know. So like, let's just fucking go.
What was happening in that car?
I was contemplating. That's what was happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's how I contemplate. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So we drive down the street, go up the block, go a little bit further down the road. Clear skies. There's literally a giant fucking rainbow at the end of our neighborhood.
Okay.
There's sun shining, and we're like, what the fuck is going on right now?
It's like the end of Roger Rabbit.
Basically.
Like all the cartoons, there's like singing in unison.
And then like we hop on the main road, we jump on the highway. No rain. We see 2 more rainbows as we're going down.
Oh, wow.
We get over to the theater. Not a single problem.
Okay.
Get in. We watch the movie, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Right.
And then, we get out. It looks like it rained a little bit, but not much. Get home. Rained a shit ton that night. But maybe for like an hour.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, fuck. Like, there's nothing.
Right.
And then we woke up the next morning.
Okay.
and we watched some footage, which I'm about to show you.
Oh, you're going to show me? Okay.
Oh, this is going to be a show and tell. So, yeah, there were some tornadoes that touched down in Austin.
Okay.
So let me see if I can get this to work here. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Okay.
So what you're about to see was like 5 to 10 miles away from where we were. Luckily, though, it had happened 2 hours before we got there.
Okay.
So this was like the initial thing that we saw that like blew across the highway.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's a bit. That's like a little spooky to see, especially if you're like driving home. You're like,
sure,
I don't want to see that.
Right.
And then there was this one, which was taken from a Walmart parking lot that was like right in that area.
All right.
Holy shit!
Like,
how do those people like not just like immediately park and run inside?
I don't know.
Like, fuck the handicap spot. Like,
but just like abandon your car at this point.
At that, yeah.
Like, like, this is fucking horrifying.
It is horrifying.
Like especially if you're at a Walmart.
If you're at a Walmart, where do you go? What's your go-to place?
The go-to place?
Mm-hmm.
The betting aisle.
The betting aisle. That's
betting
interesting.
Because I'm not going to where the food is because there's like glass and shit there, and there's probably like super heavy boxes,
right,
and stuff.
Clothing wouldn't be a bad place either.
Clothing wouldn't be but like they never have anything in my size.
True.
So and then there was this video, which I'm going to show you.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Now, notice this guy here.
Okay.
If you missed it, here, I'll go back.
I did miss it.
That car is trying to get away. And then, oh, hang on. It's on its side.
Oh, shit.
And then it goes back on its wheels. And then it just says, well, fuck this. I'm going home. Like, just at that point, just drive away. Like,
that's some shit.
That's some shit. And it was unfortunate. Like, a lot of people got displaced. Like, a lot of people had their homes destroyed. So, like, but it was so wild to me because, like, this, like, okay, granted, Austin is a big city.
Sure.
And, like, we were able to drive out and, like, go do this thing for 3 hours. And then it's, like, just down the road, it is fucking chaos. And, like, that is something that I'm still not used to because, like, back in New York, like, in Syracuse, it was, like, if one area got snow, like, pretty much every area got fucked up.
Right.
Like, if there was rain, everywhere got rain. If one area was flooded, like, there was at least a little bit of flooding everywhere. Here, it's like you could be sitting in your backyard with a beer, playing can jam, grilling hot dogs, and fucking Larry, 2 blocks over, is just getting his house blown over.
Fuck Larry.
But it's like, I still can't fathom that. And just like how crazy it is that like shit like that happens. Like it was literally like we drove pretty much past where all of this was happening, and it was just like, yeah, like we were fine. Like that's nuts.
Now it would have been a bigger mind fuck if you drove there, and then on the car ride home, like all the buildings were gone. Like that would have been.
We were half expecting, like, as we got out of the movie, like, it's just chaos that, like, ensued. Like, we come out to the parking lot, and, like, cars are flipped over, trees are blown across the street, like, roofs are just, like, everywhere. There's debris, but it was nothing.
So, did you know what was happening during the movie? Like, could you hear the weather?
No.
Oh,
Like I said, it didn't. Like, I think by the time we got out there, everything sort of dissipated.
Right.
Like we really went out towards the end of it all. And all that really happened after that, at least for us, was we just got a bunch of rain. And, like, even the rain wasn't necessarily that bad. I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, it was fucking rocking and rolling for an hour or so, like, in the middle of the night, but
right.
I'll take that over a fucking tornado coming through my neighborhood any day of the week.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, it's not good. Do not want. Not great.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So what through that whole story? Oh wait, no, thank you, tornado, in the chat.
Yeah.
So basically, what I heard through that whole story was that the Batman was so good that it made you forget about a tornado that was happening right outside the theater.
I mean,
is that what I'm hearing?
Like, I definitely escaped to Gotham for about 3 hours. So and let's talk about this.
Okay. I've not seen it.
You have not seen it. And this is going to be a spoiler-free review.
Okay. No need to turn off the show.
I will not be going in depth in details.
Okay.
I will say I'll say exactly what I texted you after the movie.
Okay.
It was a solid flick.
A solid flick.
And I would go see it again. And I probably am going to go see it again with a buddy of mine.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm not going with like yeah, I guess I'll go. He was like, "Oh, I wanted to see that." And I was like, "I'll go with you."
Oh.
So,
wow. When was the last time you think you could have done that with a Batman movie?
I saw The Dark Knight Rises 5 times. 5 times in theaters.
Bad. It's a shit movie.
Okay. Thinking back to where I was when that movie came out, it actually makes sense that I went and saw it 5 times.
You had a lot of people to please?
Well, I did go with, like, you know, like different groups and stuff, and
sure,
just like there was a lot of fucked up shit going on around that time. So I was like, yeah, this seems, you know, this seems to be better, you know. So like we're okay. You know, but yeah, no, I'm even trying to think of. We used to go see movies like a lot in New York. So like when a movie came out, like Christy and I would go a couple of times to go see it. Like we did that with both Avengers movies.
Okay.
I believe we did that with Thor Ragnarok. But then, like, you know, when stuff would go to the Hollywood, we would typically go see it again.
That's one thing I fucking miss about New York is the Hollywood theater.
Second run theaters, man. I think we have one here. I got to do a little bit of research because they also play new movies, but then again, the Hollywood is currently playing new movies out in Mattydale. So I was like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're really lacking an established second run theater and a really good drive-in. We still don't have a good drive-in.
We have an excellent, for the most part, an excellent drive-in here that does play good movies. But the theater we have here only plays really older movies.
Okay.
Like they're playing Young Frankenstein. Like that's kind of their jam.
Yeah, and like I'm not against any of that. Like I'm definitely down to go see some classic movies in theaters. You know, I just like going to the theater.
Right?
But no, it is. I say it was worth the trip.
Okay.
I thought
the tornado.
It was worth. You know, okay. Maybe not worth risking driving through a tornado to go see it, but
okay,
if you don't know there's a tornado,
okay,
definitely worth the trip.
Ignorance, folks.
And again, as I said, I do intend to go see it again.
Okay.
And it's not like was it fucking begrudgingly or anything like that. Like totally down for it. I am wondering why people don't like it. Because I have heard mixed reviews.
Okay.
And it's not because, and I'm not wondering that because I can't fathom why people don't like it. Like I could certainly understand anybody going into this movie being like, it wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't like it.
Right.
There were a lot of, because I feel like this Batman, you're either going to like it or you're not.
Okay.
You know?
Wait, without spoiling, which of the comic book Batmans is it mostly like?
I don't know if I can answer that.
Really?
Because, so there's... This Batman pulls in a lot of elements from a lot of different Batman media.
Okay.
They're like watching this movie, I could say, okay, they pulled that from this. They pulled this from that over there. Like they definitely incorporated a little bit of what they were doing here into this part. So I think it has a little bit for everybody, but I think what's really going to get people is the total presentation. I do think 3 hours is too long. However, if this was a miniseries, I think this would have been great.
Okay.
We've talked on this show in the past about them just fucking getting down to it and making a Batman TV show.
Yep.
This could make for a great Batman TV show, in my opinion. I think if you take this movie and listen, if you don't want to sit there for a full 3 hours, break it up into 3 segments, and I think you get the same, if not a slightly better experience. Because I definitely think that there are parts where you could stop and be like, oh shit, I'm kind of excited to see what they do next.
Interesting.
Okay, so Christy's in the chat saying it definitely felt like they were cherry picking from the best parts of different versions of Batman, which
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Do it.
And this is another thing. They do not waste any of the 3 hours.
Oh, okay. So there's not like people not knowing what to do with their hands.
Very much so,
scenes,
yeah.
kind of thing.
It is. I don't know if I've ever sat through a movie that moved like this movie did.
Okay.
It was down to business.
Oh wow.
Pretty much the whole time. Which, again, I think if you break it apart into 3 chunks, it's great. I think if you want to sit there and burn 3 hours in a row, also fine. You know, really depends on how you want to do it.
Did it feel like 3 hours?
Yes and no. So we also went to the Alamo to see it. So like we were having dinner and stuff.
Oh, it's one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
So like I kind of had my internal clock coming or running rather. You know, so like when the guy brought out like, you know, the buffalo cauliflower, I'm like, okay, like the pizza's coming out in like 10 minutes. And then, you know, I was like, okay, we still haven't gotten my popcorn yet, so we're not quite 45 minutes into the movie. You know? And then they always
timing it by service.
Yeah,
folks.
and then they always drop the checks like with 45 minutes to go.
Oh.
So
wow.
I could kind of tell where we were at throughout the movie.
Okay.
You're always gonna, and I feel like you would just know that you've been sitting there for a while.
Well, yeah,
you know, but like the movie, again, I feel like the way the movie was paced, it didn't feel like a long 3 hours.
Okay.
A lot happens.
Okay.
But then like also not a lot happens. But like I said, things just keep moving. So like you're along for the ride, and you're like, oh shit, I guess it's it's fucking 10 o'clock already. It's time to go. But I would say, if I was recommending this to people,
okay,
I would say it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
I think the deciding factor on whether or not you want to go to the theater to watch it depends solely on how you want to experience the movie. I think if you're comfortable going to a theater for 3 hours and hanging out, definitely worth it. I personally enjoy being in the theater. I like the sound effects. I'm cool with the seats. I like the atmosphere. So it was very much, my speed. If you're waiting for it to come out on HBO Max, so you can just, put on some sweatpants, do an Al Bundy move, and just kind of sit back, relax with a beer.
That's this guy.
Turn the lights down, turn up the volume.
That's happening.
It's not bad.
It's also an economic factor because not everybody can.
Yeah, and there is that too. I don't think you're. Again, personal preference. I prefer the theater. I don't think you're really going to lose much if you wait until it comes out, for home video. Also, it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, because we were even talking about this, about like how dark this movie is just going to look.
That's the only reason I didn't go to the drive-in to see it.
It's Batman. Most of it takes place at night. Don't say that. Don't say what?
The G word?
What G word?
Never mind.
The one you're not supposed to say in Florida anymore, apparently?
That's right.
Was it? I lost my train of thought. Oh, the darkness of it.
Right.
I don't think it's as dark as a lot of people were joking it would be early on. Again, it takes place at night, mostly.
Right.
So, there's that factor. But it's not like I can't see anything. The only time you can't see anything is when they don't want you to see anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, they're very considerate, I felt. But yeah, worth it. I feel like we'll have to come back to it a little bit.
Okay.
I had another point to make.
He's got no folks.
I got to. Okay. Don't be like Al Bundy.
I mean, there's a lot that I don't enjoy about that, but what he was describing, the sweatpants, the hand down the front of the pants. Get yourself a beer. Bowl of popcorn. The kids are to bed, so they're not going to bother you.
Exactly.
And then, you're snuggling up on the couch. Maybe there's a throw blanket.
You've been working all day at a shoe store. That's, just reliving the glory days of throwing a handful of touchdowns at a high school football game.
Are we talking about Matthew McConaughey?
No, I'm talking about Al Bundy, man.
Okay.
Married with children.
But you're living old glories all the time.
I had a point I was going to make.
Yes, you did.
How it compares to other Batman movies.
This is what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Was where is it? Because we were 50-50.
We were 50-50. I think this definitely. I would add it to the good column.
That's one for the good guys.
But I'll also say this: when it comes to comparing it to other Batman movies,
okay,
who fucking cares?
There it is, folks.
Don't do it. Just don't. Stop trying to compare things to other things. Just accept it for what it is. It's a new form. It's a new story, kind of. It's Listen, just go.
I'm gonna make a bold statement.
Okay.
Make a bold statement. Like people do, like the fucking LeBron versus Jordan,
Sure,
kind of thing, and like you can't compare, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and this is in that realm, sort of. Nobody beats Michael Keaton,
bro. I don't know. We were listening to, or we were watching rather. A video last night where they were reading off of Batman reviews, and some people fucking hated that movie.
Like when?
Like within the last 10 years. Hated it.
Well, that's fine because that doesn't fucking matter.
But even when that movie was coming out, man, Keaton was getting the Ben Affleck treatment. Everybody was shitting on him. People didn't want him as their Batman. And I think a lot of people.
Fenton in the chat asks, good choice of Batman villains for this movie? Question mark.
I feel like it was adequate. I'll say this.
Well, that doesn't get me hard. Like, what? You're not selling this movie.
I feel like I just sold it for the last 5 minutes.
It's tornado worthy.
I tell you what. The villains they chose fit the story they were doing perfectly.
Okay.
I think it was. You may have been able to pick out some other villains to put in these roles.
Okay.
I think the ones they went with and how they did them were very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So you got your Kite Man.
Yep. Your Kite Man,
Polka Dot Man,
your Polka Dot Man, your Condiment
King.
King, all those guys, spot on,
right?
Perfect for the movie. Great stuff. No, I was a little weary.
Good Trump impression.
I was a little. What's up?
It's a good Trump impression.
Oh shit! I guess that was a Trump impression.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little weary about the way that they were going to do the Riddler because, listen, being the fan of the '66 Batman that I am, Frank Gorshin is like my Riddler. Jim Carrey did a lot of that when Batman Forever, which is still a great Batman movie.
It's on the good column.
So I love that Riddler in the pimp suit just being fucking maniacal and weird. Like, I'm all about that. This was a very different Riddler. I was a little uncertain about it because I'm like, they're going a little fucking.
Well, it was weird because like when the trailer first came out, like again, I don't pay attention to local news. I don't pay attention to national news. I don't pay attention to entertainment news.
Sure.
Okay, I'm just out there with my grill, with my beer, playing Bob Marley, with my sunglasses on in the sunshine.
Life is
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be all right. But anyway, the point being is that when I saw the trailer for the first time, it wasn't privy to me already that it was Riddler.
Okay.
And I was like, oh shit, they're doing Hush.
Okay.
Like that was my initial like, oh shit, they're doing that. And then they're like, no, that's the Riddler. And I'm like, it is?
Yeah. So I wasn't really psyched about the Riddler going into it because I was like, this is a weird take. I will say again, the story they told, it fit perfectly.
Oh.
I think while it, I'm not opposed to going in a new direction with certain properties. Granted, this will not go down in history as my favorite iteration of the Riddler. However, I can appreciate what they were trying to do. So much so that, and I won't get into the specific conversation. Maybe this would be something that you and I could talk about after you see it.
Okay.
But after the movie on the drive home, Christy and I were having a very long, in-depth conversation about certain aspects
amongst
of the movie.
the tornado damage.
Amongst
like going
no, there was
like fuck the people. We're not gonna pull them out of the rubble. We're talking about the Riddler.
I should have known before coming on here that like telling that story was going to put me in that position. Such an asshole. We discussed certain aspects of the movie, and not to give anything away, there was one element in particular that we discussed as it related to the Riddler, and it made me appreciate the movie a little bit more.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a little deep.
Yeah. Because it was one of those things that I didn't catch right away. And I think Christy may not have caught it right away either. But as we started to discuss it and be like, well, wait a minute, why was this like this? Well, why did they do that? Well, like this part like we were going back and forth, and we were like, oh wait, and then Christy hit the nail on the head. I feel she had a really good take.
She's very insightful.
She's very insightful. She had a really good take on sort of like the character development, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's yeah, that makes a lot of sense." So I think Axe froze. Did Jason Axe just freeze on me? Uh-oh. Am I a man down? But anyways, yeah. So overall, solid flick. I recommend going and checking it out in theaters. If you're like, nah, I can wait, I feel like that's fine. You can wait for it to come out on HBO Max if you got it. Uh-oh. Florida got to him. I feel like you could wait for HBO Max. If you want to break it up into like 3-hour blocks, I think that's doable too. I don't think you're going to lose much by doing it that way. Like I was saying before, I think it might even like enhance the experience a little bit. Like, especially if you don't want, like if you really don't want to sit through a 3-hour movie, you can absolutely break this up. Okay. We need to fix this. I don't know what's happening here. Do I? Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. Technical issues. And we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hey, okay, now we're fully back. You can hear me? You can see me?
My computer crashed. It's never done that before.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, just completely shut down.
You know, my computer fucking did that to me yesterday.
What is?
I don't know.
What is love?
I don't know, but I hope my computer don't hurt me. He's going for his Mr. Freeze impression.
Was I making an awesome face?
You know what? Like, I didn't realize you were frozen for like a good minute because you were just like, and I was like, wow, he's being very patient and respectful of this discussion. But yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
But I was saying, like, the last thing I said was that Christy's very insightful, and then my whole system went down. So I was like, oh shit, she's got like some fucking mind tricks or something.
Apparently. But yeah, and then I was just telling the people, hey, go see it if you want to. I feel like it's worth the experience. But if being in a theater for 3 hours ain't your bag, or you just don't, you ain't got the cash to float it, and you want to wait till it comes out on home video, I think that's going to be fine too. I think it'll be fine.
Okay, all right. So last question on this.
Okay,
where does it rank?
I'm not doing that.
You're not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Because
I don't think it matters. I'll tell you what, it's better than The Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, that's a low bar.
It's better than Batman v Superman. I'm such an asshole for doing this right away, even though I said I wasn't going to do it. It's better than Justice League, better than Batman v Superman, better than The Dark Knight Rises. I might even put it ahead of the Nolan movies altogether.
Really?
Okay, but to be fair, that is purely based on personal preference.
Okay.
Personal preference. I'm not basing that on anything else other than my own opinion and the fact that I think Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises as a trilogy is completely overrated. And if they made this iteration of Batman into a miniseries, I would 100% be on board.
Okay. Real last question.
Okay.
Because this is it.
Okay.
How does it compare to the Batman calzone from Little Caesars?
That's fucking great question. Okay, keeping in mind that I burned mine. Go back to the archives and check it out. I feel like it was on par and slightly better than the calzone.
So you say that Little Caesars got the better of that deal because
Like,
they got a better product than the product that they were offering.
Wait, what?
The Batman movie was a better product than the pizza that they were offering.
Oh, the Batman movie
right.
was a better experience than the calzone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
And I will go on a limb and say that Batman calzone was as good as any Little Caesars pizza could be.
Which says all you need to know.
All you need is it's the best value in America.
Yeah.
According to them.
Yep.
So there you have it.
There you have it. So we got a little bit of time left. I think we need to talk about what happened this past weekend, specifically on Saturday night.
Okay.
I went to the first wrestling show since I stopped wrestling in 2017.
This was your first indie show.
This was my first wrestling show in almost 5 years. No.
You know, when you told me you were going, when you told me you were going, I was so thrilled.
Really?
And I didn't know anything, so I was just like, oh man, like Kevin's going to like an indie show. He's at that point again.
Yeah.
Where he feels like he may be able to enjoy it at some point.
Well, I'm going to the fucking big show in Dallas next weekend, so that's
that's right. Yeah, you paid all the money for that.
All the money. We're going up, or I'm going up Thursday, meeting a buddy of mine. We're doing some of the extracurricular activities that are going to be happening in Dallas that weekend. But like, it was one of those things where I wasn't sure if I wanted to go because I still follow the product. I don't watch the product really. Like, I watch a couple of things here and there. Like, sometimes I'll watch a big pay-per-view. Premium event, as they're called now. But like, I'm not like at that point where I'm watching every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You're not a Fenton.
I'm just, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just, listen, I got shit I got to do.
I actually don't think Fenton's a Fenton anymore.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong about that, Patrick.
And I was like, and honestly, like, I'm not that interested in the product right now, but I was like, look, it's 3 hours up north. It's a simple drive.
Okay,
like, there's somebody I can go with.
A 3-hour drive.
It's a 3-hour. Yeah, it's Dallas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show you went over the weekend.
Oh no, that was like 20 minutes. I'm talking about WrestleMania next. Well,
that's basically an indie show at this point.
This is basically. And I was like, listen, going to WrestleMania has been like a bucket list thing for me.
Me too.
And like, never been, always wanted to go. So this has been like a childhood dream of mine. And like, I'm so excited to finally be going and seeing like top stars like Logan Paul, Johnny Knoxville, Ronda Rousey, and like whatever fucking other celebrities that they have. Like, my whole life I've been waiting to see those fucking dipshits. Because
right Patrick, he wants to know all the details about the indie show, and I don't watch Raw or SmackDown live anymore, just segments. And you know what, Patrick, life is short, and so are segments. So keep doing that.
Yes. So, but yeah, like when they started announcing all the matches, I was like, would have a lot of bathroom breaks, I bet.
Well, you can check out the merchandise.
Yes.
Get yourself an ice cream bar.
Yeah. But I'm going to try to not be shitty about it.
And me personally, okay, kind of on the kayfabe. I've been working a couple shows down here in Florida, helping some kids out, kind of thing.
You're just helping the kids.
But just helping the kids.
Yeah.
So I want my man Tito.
Shout
Shout out! He had a rough time last time, but But man Tito,
Mhm.
shout out, and my man Gus, he's awesome. But it does you have to kind of get over that point
Yeah.
of like, for me personally, it's come to the fact of like, I can pass down some of this bullshit knowledge that I know,
Mhm.
and then I can also still be in bed by 10 o'clock with a payday.
That's the best.
Like that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
So
And Fenton, you drove to Dallas in 2016 for that dude. I drove to Texas twice one summer, and I fucking hated it. You know, I mean, it was necessary, but that drive sucks, man. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Good on you. More excited about hanging out with my friends all weekend. Yeah, and like that's the thing too. Like I'm very much taking the Disney approach of like I spent all this money, I'm gonna have a good time whether I want to or not. So like you bet your ass when that fucking asshole Logan Paul comes out, I'm just gonna be screaming like, "Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit!" You know, like bring on the next match.
Sure.
Yeah,
like
but
my channel's better. Bring
my
show.
yeah, exactly. You know, fight me for real. I'll box him. Yeah, no, I'll box him.
I'm gonna bet against you.
His Mania match is gonna be the realest fight that he's competed in yet.
That is true.
Those boxing matches are a work, brother.
Oh,
you can't.
Sure.
You cannot fucking tell me that those aren't a work. Those are a fucking work. And I'll work one. I'll work one. I'll take a dive. I don't give a fuck.
He'll do it for $1.50.
I'll do it for the exposure, man. Come on.
And a hot dog and a handshake.
Did it for almost 7 years, brother. Yeah, so I do intend to film some content while I'm up there. Because I'm going to be there.
Now you got my attention.
I'm going up Thursday. We're doing my buddy and I are doing the Major Pod Thursday. We don't really have anything booked Friday yet. Mania Saturday, Mania Sunday, Raw Monday.
Oh shit!
We decided to go to Raw.
European fucks.
What is the thing with the European fucks? Like,
well, that's what they come in for Mania, and then they stay for Raw. So like it's an overly European crowd.
You know, because I guess I didn't realize that because my buddy made the same exact joke.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Too bad
see here.
Cesaro's not on the show anymore.
That's true. That's a crying shame for everybody.
It is. Don't get anything less than 6 figures working Logan Paul. He's got money to spend. Okay. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I'll do it for 3.
I wouldn't know.
But yeah, so I'll be filming some content while I'm up there, putting together a little package. Good time. You know, I am really looking forward to it. All jokes and everything aside.
But you primed yourself.
But I primed myself. There's been a little organization down here in Austin that I've been following for a little while. You know, started following them during the pandemic.
Okay.
There's a local wrestling group that runs some shows out of a local brewery. And this is a brewery that, you know, both Christy, myself, and some friends frequent regularly. They have a lot of great beer. You know, Fourth Tap Brewing. Shout out. And unfortunately, during the pandemic, they stopped running shows. They were going to do a show last year, but because nobody gave a fuck about COVID, and we went back into stage 5 precautions, they were like, hey, we're canceling the show. We're not going to run it. It's just not safe at this point in time. But we're coming back early 2022. And they came back early 2022, and we went to the show.
Fenton says fans are the worst at the Raw. Are you saying you do not like the European fans, Fenton?
Fenton's got heat.
Are you making a statement? It's a bold one.
It's a bold one. Yeah. Think about that.
Anyway.
So, you know, I've been researching it, looking at it, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's a free show.
Oh, it's free.
It was free.
Okay.
And
my price range.
They did something interesting that I think I've heard of some promotions doing this, but I've never seen a widespread. They did an Indiegogo to fund the show. But
to fund the
to
show.
fund the show. But here's what they did.
Oh.
It wasn't just like, hey, give us some money. Like like they had tiers, and with every tiers, you got merchandise. So it was like, $35, you get like a T-shirt and a print. For $5, you get some stickers. For like 15, you get like stickers, a koozie, and like magnets. So like they had all this different merchandise available depending on the tier. I think you could donate $10,000, and for $10,000, they would buy you a broken boat off of Craigslist and bring it to your house.
Well, for 10 grand, that seems like you're giving me an inconvenience.
That's
like
kind of the joke. So the other thing of this is,
right.
This is a completely gimmicked out, top to bottom wrestling company.
Mm-hmm.
Like early Chikara-esque, I would say. And there is a lore to the show. So
I was kind of picking up on it a little bit.
So the name of the promotion is Party World Rasslin, at Party Violence on Twitter. And the name of the show was Tombs of Megadallas. And the show, the atmosphere of the show was that it took place in an ancient Bass Pro Shop. And wrestlers were on the hunt for a certain cup that they would drink out of to banish the overseeing being of the show, which is the Mother Worm.
Okay.
And then they would banish it to a different dimension. But Mother Worm is apparently a babyface, and everybody likes Mother Worm.
Okay.
And I told you about this. Oh, there was also a pizza chef wrestling a man named the Underbaker and his manager John Doe.
There you go.
Get it?
It's very much early 90s WWF vibes.
Very much so. I mean, the first match
everyone had an occupation.
Yeah, everybody had an occupation. The first match was a handicap match between two mummies and a zebra mussel.
That's true. I saw that.
There was a fishing contest in which a guy from Pflugerville, Texas, and a mummified fisherman fished wrestlers out of the aisleway who were dressed up as fish, and then they granted them the ability to breathe on land, and then they had like a 6-man tag. This shit was
Which
fucking...
was actually the best thing on the show.
Dude, it was so goddamn wild.
This was, by the way, this was on Twitch.
Yeah.
And you sent me the link, and I watched the entire show.
I'm so happy. We stood there for the full show. Standing room only. Packed fucking crowd. Packed.
400 easy?
At least 1,000, brother.
No fucking way.
Brother?
No fucking way.
Brother.
It didn't look that way on camera. That's impressive.
It went further back. And like there were people who were like so there were people in the parking lot, people in the brewery area, people around the ring, and then there was like another section that went down. Okay. Oh yep. There's another section that went down, and there were people scattered all throughout there. I've wrestled on shows that had less people.
I mean, I'm sure.
And
you used to work Pennsylvania a lot.
I sure did work Pennsylvania a lot. And I'll say this, and you know what? Being perfectly honest with you, I have never been to a show. Shows that I've wrestled on included in on this, where the crowd was this into it for the entire show. Top to bottom, opening segment to the final bell. The crowd was hot. They were into it. They loved every fucking minute of it.
And I will say, having seen the show, the actual wrestling, dog shit. Not great.
It wasn't the best.
Even.
So and I think I may have figured out why.
Okay.
So it is 100% like a volunteer organization.
Okay.
So going through the Indiegogo, one of the things they listed was, they're basically raising money to pay venue costs, pay for production costs, and pay for talent and volunteers. So I'm of the impression that not everybody was working for free.
Sure.
But it's not like they were making a lot of money. Because again, it was a free show.
$20 and a hot dog.
Yeah, and a couple beers maybe. But they were asking for volunteers, and one of the things they said was like, "Hey, and if you know how to wrestle, that's great too."
Yes. And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, Kevin is going up to the table now to volunteer.
There has not been a discussion yet. But
if you do not volunteer, I will be upset. Because this is amazing.
So Christy and I had another conversation on the drive home.
Okay.
She was like, you were into that, weren't you? I was like, yeah, I kind of was. Fenton, yes, it was a 4-hour show. No, well, it wasn't exactly a 4-hour show. They started late and they ended. They started late because it's an indie show. It ran maybe 3 hours. I want to say we were out of there. We were definitely out of there before 12. And they took 3 intermissions.
They were selling that beer.
They were selling that beer. Yeah, it was like, I had a really good time. She's like, they need wrestlers, Kevin.
I've already started working again, Patrick. You can find me on YouTube at Thunder Championship Wrestling. Thank you very much. Working a lockup for 5 minutes,
dude,
because that's what I do now.
But yeah, I think if I also had a hazard guess, I think they're training a lot of the people who are on the show. Like there were definitely people on the show where I was like, oh, they know what they're doing. And then there
definitely. Shark was great.
The shark was great. He looked like he was, getting into it. The fucking Luigi Primo, he wrestled 5 fucking times, and he's over as fuck, dude. Like
he was the Lobster King.
He was the Lobster.
He was Luigi Primo.
He was Primo. He was one of the fisherman guys. He was one of the guys in the segment. Like that dude. And I think that's why they were like, we need people who can wrestle. Because I saw a handful of people that wrestled at least 3 times. Yeah. The Twitch show is 3. Okay, maybe it was 4 hours. I don't know. It was a fun time. Listen, take it like the Batman. Break it up in segments. You'll get the same experience.
It is, Fenton, when you watch this, because I know you're gonna.
Yeah.
It was so horrendously bad. But the writing of the show was so fucking out there, it was amazing.
Right.
And B, was better than the WWE.
There was
the booker knew what he was doing.
We talked about dad mode. There was a guy named Dad Bod who wrestled a man named Divorce Dad.
Yes.
To the tune of
REO
Speedwagon.
It was amazing.
And then later in the show, they fed a guy to a Sunglasses Hut. And it happened right in front of me.
Dude, I was so impressed by that puppet. I'm like, that's like some
the guy wrestling with production. The puppet? Or the Sunglass Hut?
No, the fucking Olmec.
The Olmec Sunglasses Hut. Yeah. That was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching.
They do shit like that every show, apparently.
Okay. You need to volunteer. So what was the conversation like?
She was like, you're going to volunteer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe.
I mean, you should.
Maybe. I should.
You should. I am fully on board.
Okay.
For you volunteering. Yeah, because I'm going to come up with 3. I'm saying there's 3 reasons, and I'm going to come up with 3 reasons. Okay. So number 1 is you'll first off, as an experienced person working these southern crowds,
Yeah.
like you don't have to do anything.
Oh, brother. I saw how over people were.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
B, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, homie ain't looking for a contract, right? Homie ain't looking to get signed anywhere. Homie's just looking to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know enough, and you're charismatic enough, and these crowds are rowdy enough, you're going to have yourself a good fucking time doing it. And 3, I did come up with 3.
You did come up with 3.
And 3, and this has been a huge thing for me personally, so I think it'll be a huge thing for you personally.
Yeah.
It'll fucking motivate you.
Yeah.
Because for me, it motivated me to start running.
Yeah.
To getting back in the ring. And I'm like, if nothing else, like, granted, like, if I get, like, another concussion, I'll probably like, all right, you know,
maybe it's time to go, yeah.
Stop doing that. But, like, at currently, it's motivating me to stay in shape.
Yeah.
So that I don't fucking die in the ring. So, those 3 things are not bad things.
Those are pretty good
so,
things.
Like, I would say you don't have to do much. You're going to have a good fucking time. And it might motivate you to keep to a regular gym schedule. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I mean,
dress up as a lobster.
I did.
Do it.
I did fix my
whatever
fucked
you
up
need to
arm,
do.
so we're good there.
There you go.
You know,
do some Ricky Steamboats.
So maybe when they have, I mean, they are running a show in June, I believe.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
You found a match from July. I don't. What, did I wrestle in July?
I think you.
I might have wrestled in July.
You've been wrestling for like a year.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it a long time, but and it's a lot of this.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of no.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hold him back, and then there's a couple up, and then we're good.
And then you go home, have a beer,
and then you go home.
It's the fucking best.
A lot of that.
They need extra help. I can do lots of things. Fenton, if you want to come down and help out, I got a place for you to stay. Anytime you want.
Fenton, you need to get out of. You need to come to the South, Fenton.
Yeah.
You'll do good.
Yeah.
Texas or Florida. You know, you got 2 friends.
Yeah.
Both will take you in
We got
until
space.
you get established. But like, get yourself down to the South.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, stay tuned. Who knows? Maybe
So full endorsement from me. I'm assuming Christy was on board as well.
Yeah, she was very much on board.
I think, and here's the thing, and this is this could be an off mic conversation, but I'm gonna say it on mic anyway.
Okay.
There is a world of difference
Mm-hmm.
between wrestling up there
Mm-hmm.
and wrestling down here.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the fact that you don't have to do much to get over it.
Right.
But I mean, that's a big part of it. But besides that, like, just the mentality, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
The mentality is completely different.
Okay. Okay.
And more healthy, frankly.
Okay.
Down here.
Sure.
So,
I mean, yeah. But yeah, so good times this weekend. Maybe I'll make some calls. Maybe I'll make some calls.
please, I want to watch it.
All right.
I'm so excited.
I got to come up with a gimmick though. I ain't doing like the man is dead.
Yeah, yes, and by the way, there is a thing down at least here. I don't know if it's over in Texas, but in the South, they tend to want to capitalize on current events. So I've been pitched a Russian. I've been pitched a Ukrainian.
No.
I've been pitched a couple of other things that are in the news. That I've had to veto.
You know what you just say? Just be like, listen, guys, I don't watch the news, so I'm not the guy to do it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta come up with a. I've been rolling around a couple of ideas in the back of my head. I was like,
well, from watching that show, they're pretty open to anything.
oh,
so,
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, just the Australian crocodile hunter was enough to tell me that not only are they willing to go out on a limb, but they're willing to go out on a limb on a backstory that they just told you about.
Yeah.
And going hard on it. So, like, and I'm cool with that.
Fucking wild, man. Yeah.
It was fucking wild. Do it, Kevin.
All right.
And Blakely K will make you some gear if need be.
All right.
So there you go.
We'll be
There
in
you
touch.
All right.
So, but yeah.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. What's not exciting is that we're not going to be here next week.
We're not going to be here next week. So, well, we're going to be here. Wait, we're not. Oh, we're not doing this show next week.
We're not doing this show next week.
While we have a live episode of Don't Be an Asshole streaming tomorrow night, we are looking to put an episode of Don't Be an Asshole in the can to air for you all next week. You know,
I'm gonna be out of town. You're gonna be at,
I'm gonna
at
be
the granddaddy of
I'm
them
gonna
all.
be I'm gonna the most stupendous WrestleMania, which I don't know why they're saying that.
Legitimately, what is the thing you're looking forward to the most
on the show?
Yes,
like match or just like thing.
We'll go with match.
Oh, I don't know if I know all the matches that are going to be on there. I mean, like Edge and AJ, I feel like will be good. I'm kind of intrigued to see what they're going to do with the Austin thing. Because like I don't fully know if it's going to be like a match or just a beatdown.
Right.
Like on one hand, I'm like I want to see a match because like he's beaten down dudes like over the last couple of years. Like that's if he's just there for a stunner and a handshake, like okay, like that's fine.
Right.
But then if he's wrestling a match, that'd be kind of cool. But then I'm also like, he's wrestling a match. I don't like. Can he still do that?
Right.
Are you
in the chat? Fenton wants to know if you're just doing WWE stuff.
So my buddy and I were doing the major pod on Thursday night. We don't have anything booked Friday. I might look into getting like some either like GS or GCW tickets because I know they're running like all day, every day. I think. And then there's some stuff going on through WrestleCon that I might look into as well. But I think like for Saturday, Sunday, we don't have anything booked before Mania only because like I don't know what the traffic situation is going to be like because technically Mania is not happening in Dallas. It's happening in Arlington, which is still like a half an hour west. So traffic is going to be a thing. Parking is going to be a thing. If it's anything like the Cowboys game we went to a while back. And if like I've always heard that like just getting into the venue is a pain in the dick. So, having to build in time for that. It's supposed to be a KO segment teasing a beatdown. Okay. So Edge and AJ should be really good.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm excited for Brock Roman.
I mean, they've done it 5 times.
They've done it 5 times, but then like I've also never seen Brock before.
Live.
So like that could be cool, I guess.
Right. He's a big human.
He's a large individual. I don't know what else is happening. I should look up the card.
This thing you've paid a lot of fucking money for. You might want to know what's happening.
Well, I mean,
on it.
Yeah, I guess. Let's take a look at the card.
Okay.
Oh.
That was an immediate look of buyer's remorse.
Oh, fuck. I forgot Pat McAfee's wrestling, too. Okay,
yeah.
Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches.
That are announced over the weekend.
The what?
that are announced over the weekend. Is that right?
That are announced for the weekend. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so only 4 matches are like celebrity matches.
Okay.
So like that's not bad.
But which ones are you looking forward to?
Edge and AJ.
Okay.
I think that'll be a great match. and you know what? I paid a lot of money for these tickets. I paid a lot of money to be there. I'm gonna have a good time.
Are you gonna get yourself a souvenir? A nice like a WrestleMania jersey or something?
I'm not really into like the I was there type stuff.
Okay.
I think I may have ordered like the souvenir ticket. So like that to me is like enough, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I don't know, like maybe if they have like a cool shirt, I'll buy it, but they probably I don't know, I don't expect them to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the same way about like going to a concert and buying like the tour shirt. Like I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but like I don't want that.
Fair.
Although I did buy that fucking boat shirt on the Coheed cruise.
You did buy the boat shirt,
Yeah.
which is why I'm confused.
Because I was like, I should buy something, you know, and like everything was.
I mean, it was a hell of a trip.
It was a hell of a trip. It was a good time.
You know, we think about that often, and we talk about it often. We're just like, you know what? That was a hell of a trip.
That was a hell of a trip. It was an experience.
It really was.
Yep. Yeah.
So there you have it, folks. Go have experiences out there.
Go have experiences in life. Experiences like subscribing to this channel because we do content each and every single week. We do this show live every Wednesday.
Not next week, but
well, not next week. We do Don't Be an Asshole live each and every Thursday night. That's 10/9 Central. I just did a stream the other day as part of my 2 a month. I'm going to try to do another one for that, but you know, be on the lookout for some potential news on a video game date night, maybe this weekend.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're gonna go on a date. We've got an episode of Board Game Date Night.
Ah, yes,
not too long
very
ago.
popular on the channel.
Great time. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, we'll have to do it again.
I say keep it up.
Okay.
Lots of other content's available, folks. Be sure you're subscribed. We have an archive of like 5 years worth of videos.
For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. Let us know what you want to see down in the comments below. Let us know if, you know, you're going to Mania. Maybe we'll meet up. If you see me, say hi or don't. I don't care. But then you can also follow us on Twitter. We each have individual handles, and then you can follow this show at BrainWreck TV. It's a good time. Follow us. That's where we post a lot. And follow us on the Instagram, too, because we're going to be posting clips at some point.
I think I'm just going to give the login to the wife and just have her, like, do some awesome shit.
By all means.
Who wants to be our intern?
We need an intern. Somebody to do video and social media. We need a I can pay you in life experience.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently means a lot these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for this week, I'm Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
This has been your show.
Peace.